Radio Rahim with Devin Haney. We're in Las Vegas at the Top Rank Gym, and this was your media day. There really was a line from one wall to the next, and I sat and waited and listened for every interviewer to go, and you were patient and talked to everybody, which is a mark of a good champion. But what I hope to do is, as I listen to every question, not have to repeat any questions. And
thank you for waiting for me anyways.
Of course. I mean, you know, you're an undisputed champion, so I'm not the only one that's waiting for you. Everybody in your division is waiting for you.
Are they really, though? Are they? I think they're waiting on me to vacate.
Now, you believe they're waiting for you to vacate, and one of the issues you had with getting to this point was that you couldn't get a fight with Lomachenko. There was so much debate about who was undisputed, was he undisputed, are you a real champion and all this, and now here you sit, without question, undisputed, and Lomachenko is the one that's a bit out in the cold. Is there anything inside you that makes you want to make him wait the way he made you wait?
No, that's not in my mental. I don't really care that much to make him wait or to not make him wait. Right now, my main focus is George Kambosos. And then if everything makes sense, I can make the weight again, strong, and we can get it on. You know, boxing is not a fair game or whatever the case may be. So, but I don't think like that. I'm not thinking like, oh, well, he made me wait. I'm going to make him wait. I want to make the biggest fights happen. I care about legacy, and I care about, you know, everything making sense.
You're fighting Kambosos for a second time. It's not in dispute that you dominated the first time, but you're honoring the contract. Being an undisputed champion, they say, is very difficult because you have to defend all the titles and all these mandatories. How do you intend to pursue your career as undisputed, knowing that you intend to remain undisputed without vacating? Unless, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's your goal.
Yeah, I mean, the greats defended the belts. Pernell Whitaker defended the belt as undisputed, so that's my goal. But you know, obviously we all know that I'm huge for the weight class. I'm only getting bigger, so we'll see how long I can defend the belts. But I definitely look forward to defending them.
Well, you know, a lot of big fights are already moved to 140. Who do you have to beat at 35 to clear out that division and feel comfortable moving up and doing all that you could do at 35?
I wouldn't say that it's not somebody I necessarily need to beat to move up. It's all about, you know, my body and how much my body can take staying at the weight class. It's not about beating a specific person, because I beat the man who beat the man who beat the man. So as Tyson Fury would say, I'm the lineal champ. So I could have moved up already. I didn't even have to honor the rematch, but I did. So we just got to see how I feel after this. But I look forward. I mean, I look to stay in the lightweight division, but we'll see. I couldn't call it a rivalry between you and Lomachenko because it was so difficult for you to make that fight, which hasn't happened. And then, of course, you're back and forth with Tank all the time. But it would seem like Lomachenko's maybe the most accomplished fighter other than yourself in this division at the moment. Yeah. But Tank's probably the biggest money fight in this division at the moment. Yeah. If you have to pick between the two, which fight would be most important to you? I wouldn't say Tank is a bigger money fight than Ryan. I think they're about the same. But what's the question? Which
would you pick if you have to decide between Lomachenko and Tank? Basically,
well, Loma is obviously the easier fight to be made, but Tank is the bigger fight. So Tank would be the fight that I would, you know, like more, because bigger, more money, obviously. But Loma is the fight for legacy, bragging rights, and the easiest to be made.
You've proven that you'll do what it takes to make a fight. I mean, this Kambosos contract is evidence of that. The fact that you're holding all these belts is evidence of that. Respect is obviously something that's important to you. You have the Ring Magazine belt, and not being on the pound-for-pound list. Why is it important to you that they list you there? Or you?
It's not important to me, but it just, you know, caught my attention that, you know, guys who don't even hold the ring belt is on the Ring Magazine list. But it's all opinionated list, you know. But there's no facts behind any of these lists, so it is what it is. And yeah.
You feel like that's a personal disrespect in not listing you there?
You can't take nothing personal. It's all business. It is what it is.
in the rematch, with a fight that, like I say, you dominated, sometimes it's hard to know if adjustments need to be made. Are there things that you feel like you need to do to ensure victory the second time out, or do you just go in and do the same thing and see if he makes the adjustments?
Yeah, it's definitely adjustments that he's going to make, definitely adjustments that I'm going to need to make, and I will make. The first fight wasn't flawless for me. I made mistakes, obviously. Every fight you can get better. So we've been studying the fight, studying the things that he did wrong, and then studying the mistakes that he's made and I've made, and we'll go back in the second fight and be even better.
And one of the people that you've studied as a young fighter and idealized to some extent, obviously Floyd Mayweather, is, Tank fights with Mayweather Promotions. It would seem like that fight should be maybe easier to make than it has been. Do you think that what would be the reason that Mayweather's helping make that fight?
It's all a business. Tank admitted that he don't even want him, that he never asked to make a fight with me. He's admitted that. So,
Why do you think that is?
Why do you think that is?
I'm not the fighter. I don't know.
I'm not the fighter neither. You gotta ask him then. But it's pretty self-explanatory why he doesn't want to fight with me. My style is kryptonite to him, and it will show when we link up in the ring one day. Hopefully.
Is this a conversation that you would have with Mayweather about making this fight happen? Sometimes fighter to fighter, fighter to promoter has to be the conversation to actually get a fight made.
The fighter gotta want it though. The promoters could want it, but the fighter don't want it. So,
if we do see Ryan and Tank at the end of this year, who do you give the edge to and why?
I think it's a good fight. Ryan is huge, much bigger than Tank. It depends at what weight. I don't know. I just give Ryan the edge a little bit because he's just big, strong, faster. But Tank has that one punch game changer that Ryan hasn't showed the best chin. So I don't know. It's a good fight though.
When people analyze what a potential matchup like you and Tank would look like, it's a 50-50 call in most cases. Yeah. What is it about you that they don't know, or what is it about Tank that they're overestimating if you feel like he's a fighter you can beat?
Obviously, his power is his best attribute. That's what everybody's banking on. Well, that's what he's banking on. But then my skill set that I bring to the table is the what if? What if he can't land that big shot? Then what? Does he have more than just the power to beat me? But we'll see.
Do you think he does?
Of course not.
Lastly, we've seen your father tattooed on your calf there. He said he found out kind of the same way we found out on social media. You didn't tell me anything about it.
Yeah, literally,
Tell us the story of this tattoo. It's a pretty kind thing to do.
I always wanted to get my dad tatted, so it just was. I liked the picture. This was a picture of us that I liked, and so yeah.
What kind of champion do you want to be? And I asked about your father first because clearly this is a family affair. You guys have a positive environment. You're well-spoken and patient, and you seem to be important to you to present yourself well. So not just being a champion, being an undisputed champion and young as you are, what type of image are you hoping to put forward, and what do you want the tale of your career to be? Like, what is the Devin Haney?
I want to be great. I want to be the people's champ. My name to be remembered forever. A man of my word, a man's man. Live on principles, and be a great person. I want to be a great role model for the guys before me, the people after me. And yeah.
Is there someone that you look to that kind of embodies the type of champion you want to be? It doesn't even have to be a fighter, but people.
My dad, he's taught me what it's like to be a man's man, and he's taught me those things to be a role model, be an example for others.
And lastly, what's been the hardest thing about being undisputed, getting to this point? And
nothing. Everything has been great. It's been a blessing, and I'm not looking to give up the belts no time soon. So I love being undisputed champion, and it's the best feeling in the world, the greatest thing in the world, and nobody would ever take these belts no time soon.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to being undisputed. I know you got more training to do even after we leave. That's another mark of a true champion. Radio Rahim with Devin Haney.